So I'm not trying to make this like a weekly thing now, like our new preamble, but I did watch more 2026 movies this weekend.
Okay, what'd you watch? I also
Uh,
did, so
oh, okay. I watched Hoppers because it finally hit Disney Plus, and I'm not watching Disney movies in theaters anymore. I'm not.
I'm
That's
happy
the one
that
about
you're drawing the
the
line.
that's the one about the beavers. It's Avatar beavers. They even say that in the movie. It's kind
Do
of
they
funny.
really?
Yeah,
I have to watch that. Somebody told me it was good. How'd you feel about it?
it's really good. Yeah. Um, I mean, I'll let you watch it, but like I definitely got like a oh I get the message. That's fun. But you watch it. I also watched the Sheep Detectives movie.
I also heard that that was weirdly kind of not bad.
I've been hearing great things about it. 10 out of 10, high ratings everywhere. Critics rave about it, and I thought it was kind of like just okay.
I
I thought it was okay. Like I didn't think it was bad by any metric, but like it was just you know
Yeah, I can't imagine that movie being like a 10 out of 10, but like I can see it
it was
being
good.
cute
It
and
was
sweet and
cute.
not bad. Yeah.
Sure.
I just think people sometimes see like a decent feel good movie and they're like, "Oh, this was amazing cuz I thought the sheep was adorable and I had a ha
Cinema.
ha." And you're like, "Okay. That doesn't mean it was like an incredible film, you just liked it."
Yeah, yeah. People say that about Paddington 2 also. And I know I'm going to catch shit for this. I haven't seen it yet, but I watched half of Paddington
I've
1 and didn't care enough.
never seen Paddington, any of them. Didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, apparently Paddington 2 is like considered one of the best movies, but like
By
um
who?
by by a lot of people, but like most of the UK. I feel like the UK is just like dick rides their own movies. Um cuz like every time like it's like this is the best movie ever and I watch it and it's like a British movie, I'm like, God, you guys got anything else going on over there? Maybe you guys aren't going through enough trials and tribulations to like really drum up something great.
I
I'm not
guess.
saying they're bad. They're not. I haven't seen Paddington 2. I liked what I saw at Paddington 1, but I was a little bit bored. And Sheep Detectives was pretty good. I didn't hate it, but like, you know, I watched Sheep Detectives and I'm like, well, that was cute. And then I watched Project Hail Mary and I was like completely forgot about it.
Yeah. You're like, and everything's been erased.
Because I also watched Project Hail Mary and
Now
like that
that's a
might be
film.
the best movie of the year. It's incredible. I've been meaning to read the book, but then I didn't, and then the movie came out, and I was like, all right, cool. That's I'll just do
You
that.
you should still read the book because I've heard obviously the book is better as it with many things.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't. It's on
Don't
my.
recommend a restaurant you've never eaten at.
Hold on.
Those are our rules. We have the rules, and I've never broken them.
Hold the phone, child. One,
How dare you?
other
I'm
people
like
have
twice your
said
age.
that the book is better than the film.
Check
And
this
that's
out. Check this
normal.
out.
Part B,
Check this
I was
out.
told the ways it was different, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. I want to know those things. I would want to know those things.
Check this out, though.
I don't care.
Yeah, so I know somebody who said it was really good and different. Boom, like that.
Oh my God. I don't care.
Don't.
No, I just
How
don't care.
dare you.
We're moving on. The book, because it's a fucking book that the movie is based off of, oftentimes
Were you getting mad at
is
me? I
better.
knew that.
Suck a dick. Anyway,
You
great
suck a
movie though,
dick.
right? Amazing.
I don't even want to be here today.
You never want to be here. How's that different?
Yeah, but like
You want to be here
my
less?
my own personal life has a lot of its own shit happening, and I'm going through stuff. And then I'm also not happy about this episode. Brittany's tired. That doesn't affect me though. But also, I don't know. Hey, Brittany, could you take that?
What is she taking from you?
Just Chopper's just meowing a
Oh.
whole bunch.
Brittany, does he still assault you when we record? I feel like it's been a while since I've heard about him throwing down in the back alley.
We've been medicating him, but like,
Like with a sedative? Just
Yeah,
trank dart
yes.
him 3 times a day from across the house?
Well, we got like drops and stuff, and then we got like ear stuff that you like stab him in the ear for, but that didn't work as well.
Why would you stab him in the ear? That's a crazy way to
I don't
medicate
know,
something,
Rachel.
anything.
Brittany did research and she was on it, and then she tried it and it wasn't doing it as good, so we stopped it.
She did research. Turns out it didn't work. Not actually judging Brittany. It just was funny back to back. That is how research goes.
You said you watched the movies. You watch any movies you want to recommend?
Yeah, I watched Supergirl.
That you did actually see. Oh, how was it?
It was actually pretty good. I liked it more than I liked Superman.
Huh.
It might be because it was I'm the audience for it, clearly, because like it is definitely a girls' movie where it's like all the characters, the main characters are pretty much women. But I just thought the storyline was a lot more interesting, and I'm not gonna say anything about it because I know you don't want to have like any form of a spoiler, but I just thought it was more interesting and complex than Superman. I really liked Superman.
I believe you.
And I enjoyed the message behind the new Superman, and that it was a lot more almost like cartoony comic book style. I thought that was cool, and this one was a lot more down to earth. And I think that's why I liked it a little bit more.
I know that I've heard just the most mixed reception on this movie, but I also know that like I can't trust it.
Yeah.
Like I can't like anytime that there's a new girl superhero movie, I'm like I can't trust anything anybody says until I see it for myself. Mm-hmm. Because look, is it possible it's a bad movie, like it has bad writing and stuff? Sure.
Absolutely.
Is it possible that most of the negative reception has nothing to do with that, and it's just the fact that it's a woman and it's not their very, 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 very specific notion of what a hot woman should be? Yes. So I'm not gonna read those.
Yeah, it's kind of like House of the Dragon right now. Objectively, the writing for that show has gotten to a place of being so fucking horribly awful. However, it's to the point where people are like comparing actors and their ability. And I'm like, in this scene, this actor did an incredible job. Just the writing context around the scene, like in between, but in this in between moment, fantastic job. She's good at her job. The writing's just shit. Like it's not the same thing.
That reminds me, I did watch another movie this weekend for the first time, but it wasn't one that came out this year. I finally watched Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, really?
And I didn't really like it. I think that the performances were 10 out of 10. Yeah. Everybody's bringing it. Jonah Hill is incredible. I mean, I think that's why people love the movies, because like everybody's like, wow, Margot Robbie and Leo DiCaprio are fucking incredible. And it's just like, yeah, they are. I didn't really like the rest of the movie. I don't know.
I liked Wolf of Wall Street because I agree with you that I thought everybody really brought it to the table acting wise. And then I liked the way that they filmed it, which if I recall correctly, and it's fucking years ago, so I might not, I'm pretty sure the way that they filmed that movie ended up starting a trend where like a lot of other movies were filmed similarly, but that was like one of the first ones to do it. And it just had like a more fun, interesting vibe for the way that they were telling a story.
That's really neat. Or not. I'm not sure.
Who's to say?
You're not sure
either. I don't remember. Yeah. And also nothing's ever an original thought. Somebody's probably done that movie thing before, and I just don't know because I'm a fucking plebe.
Yeah. But back to female superheroes bad, because I'm getting back on this soapbox. Why are they all bad? Why are they all like?
Because they're all women damage.
It's all that, and it's just like.
No, well, I mean, I'm telling you,
she's not
because they're women. She's just bad at her fucking job.
But it's like the whole God of War thing too, where like Lao Fei was announced, the game where you play as Fei, played by Deborah Ann Woll, who is a bombshell. I don't know if you've ever seen her, Karen from Daredevil, or she was the girl, I think her name is Jessica on True Blood, that old vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a beautiful and seemingly lovely human.
Very much so. She's also like a big gamer. I've seen her D&D. She's incredible. She's in Daredevil. You haven't seen any Daredevil? Jesus.
No, I think I started watching very briefly and then dropped off, and I'm like, and I know it's good, but it's just not going to happen.
She's like the secretary in that. Get around to it. But she plays Kratos' wife in the new God of War games. But like it was announced that she's like the star of the game, and everybody was just like pointing out like, why are we having unattractive females? And it's just like, have you seen Deborah Ann Woll? legitimately one of the most attractive women in the world. But like, I see this dumb shit all the time, and I also see things like, what was that one movie or game where everybody's just like, how do people not think that this is one of the most attractive women ever? Maybe it was Last of Us, the TV show where they were talking about Bella Ramsey or something, where they were like legitimately like, this is one of the most one of the most beautiful girls in the world. And I just remember thinking,
does a scene where they are like Hilary Swank, and it's like they're fighting about how she's like objectively beautiful, and they're like, why are we talking about this? Is that what you're talking about?
Hey Brittany, can you reset the counter to 0? It's been 0 days since 0 episodes since Rachel brought up The Office.
I thought that's what you were.
Unfortunate.
All right.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. No, I was talking about my own kind of experience where how like oftentimes people will make fun of a game character for not being attractive, and then everybody's saying like, how dare they, she's very attractive. And my perspective is, I don't find that person attractive, but that's not the point. That doesn't, your enjoyment of a video game or movie should not begin and end at, do you find the main character fuckable? That's such a fucking myopic thought.
Like, it can be a feature for you, perhaps, but like you said, it shouldn't be the beginning and end of your experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless that is what the game is. If you're playing a dating sim and you're like, wow, the main character that I'm supposed to be dating? Terrible. But usually there's options for that exact reason.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only Transformers podcast to wait 150 episodes in to actually talk about Transformers. I'm on brand Gamage.
And I'm on brand Rachel, and each week we play Russian roulette with our success and spin a wheel to find out the genre of next week's podcast. But right now we're just deep diving Transformers, because we're a Transformers podcast now. So we don't actually spin any wheels other than wheels on a car. Because it's Transformers.
She clearly means Bayformers, specifically Bayformers. We're not actually talking about Transformers in any other...
Yeah, sorry, not the good part of Transformers.
Medium.
The shitty part of Transformers.
Michael Bay, Bayformers.
The Bayverse, Bayformers.
The Bayverse. Yeah, they call it the Bayverse. Not me. I'm not those people, but I'm here in their world. So, you know, when in Rome, put on a toga and get lube up there. Let's talk about...
Specifically mechanical lube.
So, today we're doing Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen, and this one is far, far, far worse than the first one for many reasons.
So many reasons.
I think the most egregious being that it's trying to be a good movie in spite of, like, the first one. Like, it's like they're trying to tune the issues people had at the first one, only to, like, overtune it and fuck it all up. It's buckling under messy plot. It's stupid. The dialogue still sucks.
I actually think that's a really good way to describe that, because I was trying to figure out like what exactly about this, because it's obviously like it's still the same vibe, but I was like, why exactly is this one a little bit weirder than the last one? But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head that you tried to tweak the things that were wrong and you went way the fuck the wrong direction.
The wrong things too. Like when I say that they were tuning the issues, I don't mean
not the right issues.
We got rid of the military propaganda and heavy racism. No, they kept that. In fact, they pumped it up.
Yeah,
I meant that they tried to like improve performance, dialogue, interactions, and chemistry, and they suck. But like it's also like, well, let's look at the parents more. Let's look at these characters more. And sure, that's kind of what I would have wanted for the first movie. Like if this was the first movie, I feel like I would not have been as angry as I was. Also, if they didn't have
this was the first
certain
movie,
characters.
I think this would have been a much more well-rounded version of a first film. But because the last one had a lot of empty space in its storytelling.
Yeah, especially because like I don't like the taste of toothpaste. I don't like the taste of toothpaste, but like I brushed my teeth, and then to go to orange juice doesn't taste good, does it?
So what you're saying, the first one is brushing your teeth and the second one's orange juice?
Yes, and I like orange juice, but like not after brushing my teeth, you know?
Yeah. No, it's interesting because the first one very much reads as like a Fast and the Furious with action movie where it's just like there's really like nothing happening, but it's happening. And then this one absolutely tried to engage with more of the plot and more of the human element and just did it kind of weird.
Like I said, if this one existed in its own thing, it didn't have certain specific characters that I want to talk about, then like I feel like it would have been fine. But that's not what happened. Instead, we got the first movie. Rachel, did you like this movie?
I feel like
this is the worst one.
No, I wasn't going to say yes. I was just saying, like, I feel like I didn't have a problem with the first movie, and this one, I couldn't give you, like, specifics of why I really don't like it, but I was just like, ugh, the whole time. The whole time.
All right, let's pump out the burnable money and plot summary. There were like I didn't even record like the behind the scenes and like casting. I did not care. I didn't care.
You know what's funny? When I made my summary, I did the same thing. I was like, I can't even do it.
So budget for this movie was between $200 and $210 million.
Where we lost that $10 million?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like if they were to say like $201 to $202 million, I could kind of be like, all right, well there was like $1 million for like craft services or something, like just kind of like we're not quite sure, but like $10 million, that's a lot. It's not as much as the first movie where it was like $50 million is just
up
like we're not sure, but fucking please. Box office is $836.5 million. This movie quadrupled its budget. It also made more than the first movie, which is egregious and unfortunate. Because, like, if anything, Michael Bay went, oh, yeah. Okay, so keep doing this.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, Rachel, did you want to read the summary?
Yeah, I'll read the summary.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. It's been 2 long years since the events unfolded in Nevalifornia, and the government is keeping the existence of the Autobots and the Decepticons a big hush-hush secret. Never mind that this is the modern age and there were millions of people in the last movie with camera phones living in a whole-ass city where a gigantic robot war took place. The ever-growing team of Autobots have since joined up with the U.S. forces to find and eliminate their remaining Decepticon threats, whose motives remain to find their leader Megatron, again. Apparently they can't do anything without him. Meanwhile, Sam's off to college. He's an adult now, wants to start fresh, including leaving his BFF car fuck chariot Bumblebee behind. He finds a random piece of the Allspark Cube MacGuffin from the last film. What does that mean?
You don't know what a MacGuffin is?
No.
All right, so quick sidebar.
Like a plot device?
Yes, a MacGuffin is like a plot device. It's the Maltese Falcon. It's the thing that moves the plot forward. Like the one ring of doom is the MacGuffin of the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so he finds the random piece of the Allspark Cube, which is the MacGuffin from the last film, and touches it, seeing God or some shit, as every appliance in his kitchen comes to life, which is the closest thing that we will ever come to a live-action Brave Little Toaster, and that's the best part about this film. There's a B-plot about Michaela, who Gamage is apparently only just learning 3 hours and now 10 minutes into Transformers that is her name. And Sam trying to say I love you to each other the whole movie. And there's some terrible fucking subplot intermixed with this about cheating and their relationship not lasting that ultimately was as fucking unimportant as so many other things.
Yeah.
Anyway, he figures out where to put... I was reading the part where it's ultimately unimportant. Please skip this section unless you already read it aloud because you neglected to proofread this. And I was like, no, I must go back.
It's my bad. It's my bad. I forgot.
No, it was funny. I was reading it and that's why I got distracted. Anyway, so he figures out where... also, hold on. To interject, Sam doesn't fucking tell anybody about the MacGuffin Allspark piece until like halfway through the film, and it's annoying as shit.
That's in the details. We'll get there. Let's get
my
to the summary
apologies.
First. All
right, so the Decepticons figure out where they put Megatron's body, being deep in the fucking ocean where he's now an aquarium decoration, and it's too cold for the Transformers to combat, but somehow they send a full team of Decepticons down as is to revive him, which I'm glad you wrote down, because I wrote down and was like, wow, indeed, that is stupid. You're right. Megatron immediately flies to Saturn or some shit. I was also confused about where he went because their leader, quote unquote, the Fallen, is there. The Fallen looks like a B-tier bionicle villain and is like, oh, hey, Megatron. Like, it's been like 1,000 years. What's up, bro? And the existence of the Fallen makes no fucking sense. He and his people came to Earth a million years ago and killed a bunch of indigenous humans, which seems like it was probably pretty fucking easy. It's like a human kicking a baby. They don't really have a chance. Michael Bay just wanted a reason to put this on film. I don't know. He doesn't care about the cube. He wants an old machine that blows up the sun. I'm glad you wrote this because at some point in my summary, I was like, I need you to explain what the point of the Allspark cube is if they're doing all of this. And I'm glad it's just Michael Bay. Megatron goes after Sam, who gets rescued by Optimus Prime, only to die, prompting Sam and the group to flee. They use the shard of the Allspike to awaken an old dementia-riddled Jetfire who directs them to Egypt to locate the Matrix of Leadership, revive Optimus Prime, as only a Prime can kill the Fallen. They do that. Optimus comes back to life and kills the Fallen. Like, a lot of BS happens, but it's been condensed. Here it is.
Yeah.
Soup.
All right, Rachel, did you watch this movie as a kid? You're still a kid at this point, right?
I was in my freshman year of high school, I think, when this came out.
God.
So
you're gonna
yes.
be a child through all of this, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, because I think the next one comes out and I've graduated, or I'm about to graduate or something. But yeah, I mean, like, effectively, yes.
I think the next one came out when I graduated from Oxycontin to alcoholism. Which seems like a step in the back other direction, but it's not. Let's talk about the main theme, which is New Divide by Linkin Park.
And sometimes 21 Guns by Green Day.
Yeah, so it's not a joke. New Divide is like the integrated into the score of the movie.
Everywhere.
It's like... It's the score of the movie. Like, there'll be, like, violins playing, like, this shitty fucking Linkin Park song, like, with veracity. And I don't know why it's like that. There is no other theme of this movie because what the fuck would it be, Rachel?
I think what they wanted it to be was, like, something about belief in yourself.
No, that was the first one. Or maybe the next one.
But I don't know. They tried to shoehorn it in here, but they tried to do it in the last, like, 30 minutes. They were really fucking determined.
Yeah.
Sam, whatever the fuck his last name is, dies at one point and goes to Cybertron heaven? Who's to say? And they're like... Only a leader can hold the matrix of leadership, and you have been chosen. It's your destiny. Good things. Brr.
Now the matrix of leadership is like a real thing in the matrix or in the Transformers lore. It is like a real thing.
I believe that.
As is the Allspark. But
they've both been so horribly bastardized, and you can tell it reads that way.
Yeah. Onto character design, including how they move and sound. I still think it's a clunky mess. Somehow the CG is worse in this movie than the first.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
People are kind of less sweaty, I guess. The new characters fucking suck, but I want to individually talk about them.
I am so glad, because me too. Go
like
off.
I have in the notes, I have like all of the characters I want to talk about.
Perfect.
First stop being the Fallen. Which is the antagonist of this one, who's stupid, he's like the oldest guy who could only be killed by a Prime. He's been hiding in our solar system for millions of years, and Megatron answers to him, though he didn't at all in the first one, and nobody cares about the cube. I don't know why we're trying to blow up the sun to like make Energon to birth new Transformers. His existence is stupid and makes no sense, and I hate it.
Yeah, he also does bordering on nothing other than die.
But, like, if you look at the transcript of lines in this movie, you'll see that, like, Megatron gets there, and then he sees Starscream, And then he's saying like, even in death, there's no command but mine. And then the next line immediately after is, my master, I failed you on earth to the fallen. So like,
yeah, it was very, I also was like, wait, what?
It's stupid. It's so stupid.
It's dumb as fuck. Like none of it makes any sense. There's not a point. Like it's just like all right, we're here, I guess.
But like I feel like if you got rid of the Fallen, you just completely X'd him out and then put Megatron in charge, and Megatron was on Earth and shit, and then they're looking for the machine to blow up the sun and all that. I feel like and the first movie didn't exist. This could have passed a little bit better. A little bit better. Like it would have gone from like a 3 to like a 4, maybe a 5.
Well, it's just like this movie just
And if you like this movie, by the way, fuck you. Go on.
This movie just copy and pasted parts of the first one, which is part of what's really fucking annoying about this is like you copy and pasted the whole fucking imprinting their brain with the symbols shit. You copy and pasted that we now have to revive Megatron a second time. That was the whole point of the first movie, guys. I don't know if you remember that. Like it's just like you're rewriting it.
It was also like the C plot. It wasn't even the B plot. It was the C plot. Like, haha, we revived Megatron. Haha, and then it was like...
And he's revived with, and I'm sure this is on your list, a tiny German scientist?
I did not put that on my list.
He's on mine.
I know. I watched it twice, and each time I'm like, who's this little fella? And then I immediately was like...
Who's this little guy? I don't know. He only appears twice, and he's just being a mad scientist both times for like a millisecond, and then he's done, and he's gone. You're like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
You added nothing.
Next characters I wanted to talk about are the racist twins. There are 2 new, smaller Autobots, and they're hella racist. I don't know what else to say. Like, one has a gold tooth, and they like, bro, they are so racist. They're like Michael Bay created these characters specifically to be
racist.
Racist caricatures. Like Jazz is egregious, but like this is like fucking off the rail. Like they talk like Jesus. I
looked up the racist twins at one point.
You looked up to them?
No. Yeah, I did. They were my idols. No, I looked it up online because I was just kind of curious, like what the general sentiment was, and it was interesting to read a few comments on Reddit. But one that I feel like really encapsulated the racist twins really well is this is a comment by the Fitz100 on Reddit. I'm black and it's complicated. It's like they're similar to other black caricatures in movies. I'm thinking Chris Tucker's Smokey from Friday. So in a vacuum, they don't really bother me. But on the other hand, when you combine it with a lot of other Bayverse subtext, it's like, why are they like this specifically? I added specifically because this is capitalized.
Yeah, no, it's because context does matter. Like it's the fact that they are Transformers. These are robot aliens from another planet. They came here and they're like automatically like this. It's this. Like go watch the movie and fucking come back and disagree with me that they're not racist. You're wrong.
Well, and it's just like they're all there's so many different subtexts to them being racist because it's like the caricature, but then it's also the treatment of the twins at the same time, and it's just like why
incredibly
why did
slapstick.
We do this?
It's one of those things where like Michael Bay's like hell yeah, and it was just like this is a joke that is not funny, and you keep doing it. Another
comment that I'm going to paraphrase is somebody was like, well, this came out in 2009 and immediately got a lot of shit. Well, no. They were like, and this immediately got a lot of shit. And that was when people let this pass more. So they're like, think about how fucked up this is now that like people are aware of, like, think about how fucked up this would be if it came out now. Like that kind of tells you something that it's just like, it's just bad. Yeah. It was a poor choice.
Like the characters like have no importance on the story. They could have just not have them. And I feel like the story would have
they weren't smooth. Like necessary at all.
Like every time like they're on screen and they're writing them, like they could have just been in Bumblebee. Bumblebee was also there, and he is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to talk about the RC twins, quote unquote twins.
I thought the racist twins were the RC twins.
No. So the RC in the original Transformers was like the token girl who turned into like a pink convertible. But she's in this movie as 3 quote unquote twin motorcycles with holographic riders. Like, you remember the motorcycles with the holographic riders?
Yes.
You see them
but
once.
Also, you see them twice because one gets shot in the face right after they have one line.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I also wrote down like what why were these introduced? There was no point. You never see them again.
Toys, Rachel. Toys. It's toys. It's all
yes.
toys. It's
well,
toys
I know
all the
the
way
answer
down.
is toys.
What makes me mad, though, is that RC is an established important character in the Transformers story. And here they are. Here's RC reduced to 3 characters. Like, I don't know. Like, it's also
And
triplets, by the way. But, like, one of the guys says, like, I'm aware, but, like, the guy's just, like, send in the RC twins. And it's just like, there's 3 of them. That's not,
the fuck
that's
are you
not
talking
correct.
about?
But also, like, each one of those is an individual character. They're not all RC, but the movie treats them like they are. It's stupid, but like she or they suck in this, and I hate it, and I'm not happy about it. Like
she
it's the fact
or
that
they.
it's the fact that they could have like, oh, there's Sandratron's here with her 2 sisters, and it's fine that because it's not an established character.
Yeah, there's no point in taking an established named character and being like, we're just gonna make you wildly fucking different and weird.
Thank you for saying that, Rachel. That makes me feel better.
You're welcome,
next up,
Gamage.
Next up, I want to point out Soundwave, which I think is what you do correctly. So the RC twins, stupid, didn't need to do this, but like introducing Soundwave they did, that made more sense. Soundwave is actually kind of cool in this. He's the only character that was established that I kind of enjoyed. Because in the original Transformers, he was a stereo. He was a boombox who had individual cassette tapes that transformed into cats and shit. But in the modern age, how do you make that? He's a satellite with pods that turn into cats and shit. Soundwave, I think, is the only thing I liked in this movie, and like I feel like they modernized him in a way that made sense, and I don't hate it.
Yeah, I would say that was one thing that I did like about this movie. So I know we got a lot more Autobots, but I actually enjoyed the Decepticons that we got a lot more because they were a lot more interesting and dynamic. Like Soundwave. Soundwave was really fucking cool. The cat fucking transformer was neat as shit.
Even though he like vomited like little pods that turned into like, nanobots that turned into like a razor thin thing.
Yeah.
It killed people. It was like pretty gory.
It was
but,
fucking
like,
cool.
Yeah.
I literally wrote down when I was writing my summary for this, I was like, we then see a Decepticon panther and it immediately does what all cats do and vomits in the most inconvenient location possible. Because it just like rolls up onto the beach and vomits in a tube. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
That is where a cat would vomit. A fucking open pipe.
I think Soundwave, because like the cat and also the bird, he has a bird too, but like those are part of Soundwave. They're like so. Also, we don't have this on the list. The Constructicons are in this. The Constructicons are a collection of like construction machines that like fuse together to make a big Decepticon, and they're in it, and it's kind of fucking dope. I thought like it was one of the only other ones that I'm like, oh cool, that's in here.
That was a cool addition.
That.
Yeah, I thought that one was fun, and it's interesting because it's like it's very different than how a lot of the other Autobots and Decepticons work. So that one was neato, and you're like, oh, like you strapped together into a massive beast. That's pretty neato.
Yeah. I also want to talk about Bumblebee for like a second because I just want to say he can talk again. He was like, hey, I can talk now at the end of the first movie, and then gets an, oh, your vocal chip is still having issues throwaway line in order to like just bring back the status quo because they're like, well, we don't want him to, we thought it was funny when he played radio jams.
Yeah. And so we need to keep carrying that through this film. Yeah, which was just a fucking weird move. It's like, all right, again, you're just rewriting the first one.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, guys, you can't just retcon the whole film and be like, well, none of this ever happened, so we're just starting here. It's not how life works.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about my least favorite thing in this movie.
I think it's going to be my favorite.
No. Rachel?
It's not
I'm gonna
actually Gamage.
I'm gonna let you go first, but I want you to know how upset I am.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm assuming you're talking about Jetfire.
Go, Rachel. I'm gonna kind of like go into a fugue state for like
I need you to
a
understand.
minute. I'm a fugue state for a minute, and then
I need you to
then
understand,
I'll come back and then,
Gamage. This isn't my favorite character in this film or my favorite addition. That was the fucking Panther and Soundwave.
Okay, yeah.
My joy of Jetfire is that he's so fucking bad. It's like, so, here we have this old, but what is essentially this old man robot who's like having trouble transforming, has fucking dementia, doesn't know where he is, and then tells them a riddle and is like, and I'm out. See you guys later. And then has a sacrificial moment that means nothing because we don't care about him.
So, Rachel, the reason why you were like, oh, I had fun because this is bad is because this wasn't like your childhood. So in the last movie where I talked about like my few favorite characters, Jetfire was on that list.
I know.
If you remember.
I think that's why I liked him, is because I was like, wow, Gamage is rolling over. So, not in his grave because you're not dead yet, but someday you'll roll over in your grave for this.
I watched this one when it came out, and because I heard Jetfire was in it, I'm like, oh shit, and then I was visibly like nauseous the rest of the movie. He used to be a Decepticon named Skyfire, and he was like BFFs with Starscream, but then like on a mission he got frozen, and then he got revived, and then found the Decepticons were like super violent, and he was like, oh no, I'm a man of science. I want to explore and find things and discover things. So he left them and joined the Autobots. He's not an old man robot with a cane that farts parachutes. That's not Jetfire, okay? Like, I don't know why this was the choice. Like Michael Bay's like, nah, let's make him ancient. Because the Fallen is here, he's older than Jetfire, right? By my math? Yeah.
By
absolutely.
Like a lot? Yeah.
By a lot, yeah. And he doesn't have a cane. He doesn't
Well, he doesn't move like he's fucking ancient.
The silver lining is that he dies, and then I have to be reminded of the sin. It's like Old Yeller. Oh, he has rabies, but we're going to kill him, and we're going to move on. And that's kind of what I want to do, is I just want to move on. Because, like, holy shit, it sucks.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty bad by comparison.
Like, the RC twins, when I watched this again, I was like, ugh. I forgot about the RC twins, and then I saw them, I'm like, oh, yeah, they fucked up her, too. But, like,
well,
I always forget about it because I get to Jetfire and I'm like, oh my boy.
well, there's also only like probably a grand total of 3 seconds of the RC twins in this movie, like start to finish.
All for toys.
And there's more Jetfire, and it's more bad. So it's badder. It's worsest.
Yeah, and he's like, the fight scenes in this, I hate them too. Like it's so. I don't want to say choreographed, because of course it's choreographed, but it's just like, I don't know. It's too meh. It's too like clean and emotion. I don't know how to describe it, but it sucks.
Yeah, it's
except for the Optimus fight where he dies. That scene was pretty cash. Like,
yeah, that one was
Optimus
good.
Is brutal. People apparently don't like that he's so ruthless, because Optimus Prime is not supposed to be that fucking cutthroat, but he is in this. Literally, he's a cutthroat. He tore somebody's face in two. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was a good fight scene. It's also like, I think it's silly that people don't like that. The whole point is that they're trying to kill this human being and destroy all humans. Like, he's gonna hit a point where he's like, this is the only fucking choice you're giving me. Like, it's time to murder you now.
Well, no, it's that Optimus wasn't as vicious. He was, you know, he of course had to make the hard decisions and had to fight when he had to, but like he was more of a leader, more of a, I don't know, he had more honor, and in this he's like very ruthless. And in all of these movies he's very ruthless. I think that's
you're saying by comparison
fans,
to the cartoon.
Yeah, in the original, yes.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were comparing first movie to this movie, and I was like, I feel like it's not that big. Like, it's not that different.
No, he's the same. He's the same in the yeah. Next up, I wanted to talk about Alice, who is just a robot.
Is Alice?
Alice is a robot posing as a slutty college girl.
Yeah.
A fucking terrible plot line that should have been abandoned. That's
and was
it.
Useless. Like, it was abandoned. Like nothing happened with it.
Yeah, it meant nothing. It went nowhere. It was literally here just to make Michaela, that's her name, Michaela and Sam. Jesus, I didn't mean to do. I'm sorry. I'm not doing a bit. Michaela and Sam to get them to fight because miscommunications are a fun trope. Michael Bay, learn to write. Anyway,
I feel like in the first movie, they really have Megan Fox is like, look at this hot girl that we got. Everybody's into the hot girl. Look at the hot girl. Like, and that's all she's kind of there for most of the time. And then in the next two films, everybody's like, stop fucking looking at Megan Fox. Look at the other people. And you're like,
she's a fleshed out character, guys. She has things, and it's like, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that you made the rules. You invited everybody to the pool and said no shitting, and then you shat and then said, why is everybody shitting in the pool? Like, I don't want to come back here.
Yeah,
Michael Bay, to your shitty pool.
We'll get to the third one, and I don't think Megan Fox is in it because the director is an asshole, so fair enough.
It's either the third or the fourth where she's no longer in it.
Yeah, I just remember in I think she might still be in the third one. But they definitely try to like out hot girl Megan Fox like a second time, and I'm like, this is just a weird thing to keep doing.
Yeah,
it's unnecessary.
Eventually, Shia LaBeouf isn't in these anymore. But I love how like Megan Fox is like done, and then it's still Shia LaBeouf, and then Shia's like, oh, she left because this sucks, and then does that. Apparently. I was reading about this, but apparently Shia LaBeouf at this around like 10 years ago or something, he did like a marathon of all of his movies where he filmed his reaction to him watching all of his movies with people. And apparently he fucking hated this movie the most. He's like, this sucks. The dialogue sucks.
Everything's awful.
Getting into the Allspark Splinter kind of plot in this. Yeah, well,
because there's two simultaneous Allspark splinters happening.
I just want to say, I think it's stupid that Sam used the whole ass cube to kill Megatron, and then we used what was left of the cube to revive Megatron. And apparently Jetfire, because we obviously couldn't then use the cube to save Optimus. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that. Yeah, thank you.
The fuck?
Yeah, like they're like, well, we got to revive Optimus, but by a weird roundabout fucking process. We're going to go to Egypt and look for lost fucking tombs instead of use the shard.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
It hurts the brain, Rachel.
The mental gymnastics are kind of wild.
But also, like, it goes deeper. Like, yeah, why does he give the shard to his girlfriend instead of Bumblebee or even Optimus Prime? He gets
the shard. His whole fucking kitchen turns into Brave Little Toaster on crack. He screams for Bumblebee to come save the day. Bumblebee saves the day. And he hands the shard to Michaela.
Keeping that coughing.
Yeah. He hands the shard to Michaela and is like, just hide this. There's no fucking follow-up where they talk about like why she's hiding. And they're like, they just abandon that concept completely.
Rachel, there is a follow-up.
And then Bumblebee, hold on. We get sort of. And then Bumblebee never asks any questions about why there was just a 100 tiny Decepticons in his house that are all shaped like his fucking kitchen equipment.
Well, he doesn't have an MP3 clip for that. He doesn't have an MP3 clip for that. So you're right.
He was like scanning the radio and he was like, how the fuck do I communicate this? Are you familiar with charades?
But Rachel, there was a follow-up. The follow-up was that after Sam gave her the shard, he left to college. That was the follow-up.
Yeah, no, he just abandoned her with a fucking Civil War starting cube that makes you see God when you touch it.
And that's
the fuck?
That's the part that it's all annoying. It's all so annoying, but like, why is it that he's like, oh, I see things and I'm weird now? And it's just like, you were carrying that whole fucker around the block like a fucking 24-pack of Natty Ice. Yeah. Now it's making you fucking go number 23. That's stupid. You're stupid. How dare you?
You're rewriting the original fucking film. Like,
don't darken my doorstep.
It could have been since he fucking moved the cube, he's been having the weird fucking flitting things. And then there's just one shard. There didn't need to be two. He could have just had a fucking weird seizure in his house before he went to fucking school, and that could have been the plot line where it's like, oh, he's seeing shapes like his grandpa. Yeah. And then fucking let us exposition it in our own little tiny fucking human brains. Good Lord.
God, anybody could have like approached Michael Bay and been like, hey, this idea could be this way, and it would have made the movie way better on so much better. Every one of these points. We both got worked up there. Like, even the Allspark thing was so dumb.
So dumb. Well, there's just so many plot lines in this film. I'm like, there's plots on plots on plots. They're all fucking stupid. Because then the love plot, if it was just that they haven't said I love you and they're doing long distance, that's enough. You didn't need to add in the weird Decepticon chick trying to tongue fuck him into a different dimension. That was unnecessary.
Agreed. Yeah.
It didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to come up with funny jokes. I can't. I'm just like, it's stupid. Like this whole second of the half of this movie. You'll notice in the summary that I wrote, the entire second half of the movie is down to a paragraph because it's like they find Optimus Prime, bring it back to life, and win. Because it is that stupid.
Yeah, there's nothing else happens in the second half.
Oh, by the way, in case you've never seen this before and you come here and you're wondering, well, what happened to Megatron? Megatron sees what happens and goes, we'll get you next time, Autobots, and leaves. It's just like an episode of Transformers, but it sucks.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just like a cartoon episode where it's like, and we'll be back next week. Peace.
Also, one more thing is that what happened to the scientists? There was a whole separate cast of scientists. The first movie kind of had, okay, well, here's the perspective of Sam, here's the perspective of the US government for some reason, and also there's scientists who are trying to figure this shit out. And I guess since then the scientists are all done, okay, goodbye.
Well, we replaced it with his roommate who adds nothing to the movie other than I think they needed a character that was more annoying than the weird pedo fed guy, so that we liked him a little bit more this film. Well,
they took Sam and they I don't want to say matured him up because they didn't, but they made him more, I don't know, it almost seems like he's over his relationship. In the first movie, he's like, gulp, I sure hope I can woo this woman. And now he's had her and he's like, all right, I'm kind of over it. So they brought in this other character who's like Sam from the first movie, just to stand next to Sam. And
to
make
keep
him
up the oh my God, I'm a boy and that's a pretty girl and these are big guns. And then they also make him so fucking dislikable that you're like, all right, the other dude's not as bad. Yeah. I literally think it was just to make the fucking pedo fed guy that they reintroduced for who the fuck knows why. Because he doesn't end up actually doing any of the things that they think they need from him.
You're right, but I do think I like him more in this one than I did in the last one.
No, I know, but I think part of it is because
plot-wise, it was stupid.
I think part of it is because they foil him with somebody that's annoying as shit. So you're like, okay, I like you. By comparison,
I thought that they were foiling him with Shia LaBeouf. Now Shia LaBeouf is seems a lot more mature and wise because they sat him next to what could basically be the first movie version of himself. So now in contrast, you're like, oh wow, look at Sam. He's so much more mature and he's a leader because he gets the matrix of leadership, which is stupid. So that's why he looks so good next to him.
You know what? ¿Por qué no los dos? It's probably both.
You're absolutely right. It probably is both because I feel like I forget his name. It's John Turturro. But I feel like he had a contract, so they had to figure out how he was going to be in all of these movies.
They were like, weirdly enough, we wrote you out. I don't know.
But we also wrote you back in. You own a deli store. You were fired from the U.S. government for. Well, I'm not sure why. I'll just put a big IOU here and we'll come back to it later. I promise.
No, they dissolved Sector 7, which is why he got fired. But I'm like, there's no fucking way that this dude would get fired from this massive alien government agency and then goes to a deli shop and posts shit about the massive secrets that he knows online and they wouldn't fucking just go kill him.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't exist.
like if anything, they would have been like, hey, all right, we shut that down, but we have a new, I forget what they call their new kind of organization where it's the Autobots going to do shit. But like they would have put
That's
him
what
in
it's
some
called.
sort of, no, it's called.
It's called the Autobots going to do shit.
You're right. Yeah, it's, but like they would have, I know the government doesn't work entirely great, but like the government at this point would have been like, all right, we're just going to integrate everybody in this position that's no longer thing into this thing because we just made a new section of the government.
Literally just renaming it.
Exactly.
And also the concept that like he took all of the files about the fucking aliens that are now on our planet and to hid them in his basement. You're like, in no world would you ever be allowed to have any of this. They would have just moved it to the other fucking department.
Yeah, I'm upset. Rachel, is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
You have Matrix of Leadership on here.
I know I put that down, but I already went over that earlier about how it's stupid and it's a real thing in the original Transformers, but in this it turns to dust, and he puts the dust in a sock to like, oh, I'm gonna revive Optimus with this dust, and then he dies, and then
the dust falls out of the sock.
Cybertron God says like you're cool, and then brings him back to life with the Matrix of Leadership, but again, any one of those little Allspark shards would have done it too.
Which it does also bring up a lot of questions about religion.
Well, yeah, why am I watching this?
Why? Well, that, but also like, okay, so you have your own sorts of gods. Why am I in your heaven? Why are heavens segregated? What's happening?
Do androids go to Christian church?
Do you think Christians like
that the sequel to Isaac Asimov's book?
Did you see, this is wildly off topic, some girl wrote a book called like Scriptural Support that Trump is like the divine leader or something, and it's just blank on the inside. And people have bought like a shit ton of copies. And she's like, it's funny because there's a mix of people who immediately got the joke. And like they immediately took it and put like these amazing 5-star reviews about like how wonderful it does like a great job of proving that Trump should be like in presidency. And then there's the alternative where people actually believe that she wrote a book about this and are like, why the fuck is it blank? And it's so fucking funny.
That's the kind of shit I want to do. Okay, yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No. No, there's not.
Yeah, I mean, you've already said everything on here. You said the parents are easily the best characters.
Yeah, I just think that's full stop true. I think they're like the most realistic characters, and I'm like, you guys are
they're
like
the characters with the most growth, but I think they're
decent
a little
acting, and you guys are dopey, and like you fit the role well, and it works.
Well, I feel like the dad's just kind of a cookie cutter, but like his mom is back and forth. Like at first she's just like, "Ooh, wow, alone time with the husband," and then she's just like annoyed by him. Like the next scene over. Also,
well, I think the whole point was her being like, "I'm an empty nester," and getting mad at him because he's not upset about it. And then,
but then he like slaps her ass, and she's like, "Ooh, like yes, daddy." Like, and then I think she actually says that, and then like the next scene, she's upset.
Woman, Gamage. She doesn't know how to experience emotions. God,
I forgot. Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Bay wrote her. I forgot. Also, another thing Michael Bay doesn't understand is I don't think Michael Bay has ever had a weed brownie ever in his life.
That scene, I was watching that and I was like, I don't remember this being in here. And it's because it does nothing for this whole film. And it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
and why
so
the fuck?
The mother gets a baggie of weed brownies and eats like the whole bag and gets high immediately. It's like she took a shot of tequila. That doesn't work that fast in real life.
Yeah, it's not remotely how that works. It'd be like 2 hours later on the car ride home, she'd look at her husband and be like, why is it watching me? Like
2 hours? It's like fucking 8 hours later for me. I'm like, this cookie didn't do anything. I'm going home. And then like at 3 a.m. I wake up and I'm like, whoa. Yeah. But God. Also like it makes her drunk. Like she tackles a guy. She just like runs out to the quad and just tackles a guy. I don't know why. I laughed at this part. I thought it was legitimately funny. I'm like, I don't know why she's doing this.
Yeah.
But she like tackles him and she's like, she's super hyper. And I'm like,
look,
God, Michael Bay's never had a weed brownie in his life.
Let's have the plausibility of she eats the weed brownie. Perhaps time has passed that we're not aware of. She gets high.
Okay.
She, from context, I don't believe does drugs. I think that's a fair assessment. She would be so fucking baked out of her gourd that she would be like curled up in a bed trying not to vomit, not tackling men in the quad.
Yeah. Yeah, she acts like she's on some uppers, which marijuana is
He's
not.
not that.
Fuck, I think we're done. I think we're done.
Yeah,
now it's
I
time
think
to go
we're
watch.
good.
Yeah.
Go watch the third one next week, I guess.
Rachel, what have you been listening to?
I have a small new suggestion for you. I don't have deeply powerful feelings about this, but I am intrigued.
Okay.
So, Willow posted a single that is a teaser for her new album that's coming out on the 23rd of this month. Willow, if you are not familiar with who I'm talking about, is the gal that wrote I Whip My Hair Back and Forth long ago.
Also known as?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, probably 100%.
It's Will Smith's daughter.
Oh, yeah, no, I figured.
Okay.
I need you to know.
Me.
I need you to know. I had to get to I Whip My Hair Back and Forth before I went, isn't this Will Smith's kid? But it took me a minute to get there.
She did do one song. I forget what it was, but I thought it was like, I didn't like it. But then she did an acoustic version of it, and I thought it was actually very decent. What was that song?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but when I listened to this song, I was like, damn, okay, like this is kind of good. And so then when I went to investigate the album it's attached to, I was like, okay, like it's not coming out yet. What other things has this person done? And I was like, oh, it's this bitch. But the song that I am going to recommend that is the teaser for the album is called She's My Religion. And I don't know, it's kind of like a, I guess like pop punk style with a little bit of R&B, but I thought it was pretty good. I think the lyrics are a little bit repetitive, but I am intrigued to see it when it's in context of the album. But that is my new music for you, because the rest of my week was spent listening to oldies, up to, but not entirely inclusive of, Cher, Depeche Mode, and a lot of ABBA.
You've been listening to Cher, Depeche Mode, and ABBA?
Yeah.
That's
and a couple other things.
What Depeche Mode have you been getting into? Damn, I only want to talk about Depeche Mode now.
Let me see if I can. I don't know if I remember the song title off the top of my head. Enjoy the Silence. I've also listened to Erasure.
Legitimately their biggest song. It's Erasure.
Yeah. Erasure. Whitney Houston, Fleetwood Mac, Belinda Carlisle, ABBA, more Erasure.
Yeah, man, I recommend going down a Depeche Mode pipeline.
No,
it
wasn't intended to be only inclusive of the high end of Depeche Mode, because I do enjoy Depeche Mode. It was, I think I started with Give a Little Respect by Erasure, right?
Yeah. A Little Respect.
And then it just cascaded into all of these other people, and I was like, and I like being here right now, so I'm just gonna stay there.
No, I get it. Like I said, every now and then I go like on a big deep dive. Yeah.
What have you been listening to besides wanting to listen to Depeche Mode?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Depeche Mode and Erasure and Cher, because I'm listening to somebody from that era. Let's talk about Madonna for a second. How about it? So I've always liked Madonna. Even as a child, I liked it. I got raised eyebrows from friends and family at the time because little boys, Madonna. Blah, blah, blah. Not like that's ever stopped me from doing anything ever.
He must be a homosexual.
I would say that Confessions on a Dance Floor was my favorite album, and also general era of Madonna. I think I recommended Hung Up like 100 episodes ago as one of my song recommendations. I don't remember. Plausibly. That was so long ago. But I love this era of Madonna. She's really leaning into the house dance sort of sound, and I liked it. I learned earlier this year that she was releasing Confessions 2, being a continuation of what is my favorite album. Sorry, what were you saying?
Madonna's Hung Up was posted September 25th, 2024.
Haha, hell yeah, look at that.
In our music
almost 2 years ago.
Yeah. And it was under hashtag stop what you're doing and listen to this right now.
Anyway,
it was posted by Britney, to be fair.
Well, that's good. So I did learn that she was releasing Confessions 2, being a continuation of that album this year. And I don't know what kind of expectations I had. I love the first album, so hey, more of what I like, right? But on the other hand, now I'm going to be like subconsciously comparing it constantly on every song, which is kind of what I ended up doing. The album came out Friday for me. The single I Feel So Free came out a couple months ago, and I kind of only sort of liked it a little. So my expectations were kind of in the lower end, but this happened before. This happened with Ray. This happened with a lot of other bands' albums where I'm like, meh. And then the album came out and I'm like, wow. And the album came out and it's good. It's pretty good even. I'll raise it to like a really good. It's good. It's good. I liked it. There's more than a few songs that I really enjoyed and I'm coming back to, but like something's missing. I don't know how to describe it. It's just that like nothing on this album is giving me that same feeling as hearing Hung Up for the first time, which again, I recommended almost 2 years ago. So one thing I've also been hearing is everywhere is like people keep saying it's her best in decades. And while true, that's not the accolade that you think it is.
Hasn't she like not made a lot of music in the past couple decades?
No, she released like an album 2 years ago. I listened to it, not that great. So I did say
so
say
poor
something.
Comparison.
Yeah, but I did say something similar to Lady Gaga's Mayhem last year. I was like the best thing I've heard in decades. But like she was still putting out good music, and the time between wasn't such a barren snooze fest.
Yeah, well, and for Lady Gaga to submit like the best music she's made in decades, it's pretty fucking groundbreaking.
Yeah, like she's been making good music and this is her best. But like Madonna's like, 20 years of kind of just okay. Like I like Madonna. I like Madonna. I like this album. I'm not Anthony Fantano. I embrace enjoying things. I want to talk about the songs I really enjoyed from this album. I like this album. Okay. I really enjoyed Love Sensation. It's such an upbeat, joyous, almost jazzy sort of song that I love coming back to. It's very good feeling. Betrayal is a more somber song about struggling to accept her stepmother after the grief of losing her mother, and has this beautifully mixed sample of Nocien number 1 by composer Eric Satie. If you hear it, like if you put on the song and like you hear that like little piano, the da-da, da-da, you'll be like, oh, I know that song. That song's everywhere. But Danceteria, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that might be my favorite song. It's the most Madonna song on here, and it feels like a return to form, which is evident because it's about the first club she performed at. Like that's what it was. That was the name of the club. So the song is like almost a narration of how her early times felt. Like
that's actually pretty
that's
cool.
what the song was. Yeah, and so I did really enjoy that song. I love these songs. There weren't any real songs I disliked. It just
wasn't groundbreaking.
It wasn't. Yeah,
I listened to the new Muse album that's out that I'm sure one of us will recommend at some point. But it's the same thing where I was like, I really like this. I didn't feel like it was groundbreaking.
Stop it. So stop it.
You have
stop
different
it.
opinions?
Rachel, stop it. I want you to know, and I want the listeners to know who pay attention and know how I feel about Muse, that I have not forgotten the album. I have not forgotten about it. I'm not avoiding it. I'm not avoiding it. I haven't forgotten. I just don't have the words yet. But I feel like Rachel's wrong here and needs to be checked.
That's highly plausible. I've only listened to it through once, so.
She has been checked. She is on check. She's moved to caution and warning. And we will see where this goes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Uh, yeah, Madonna Confessions too.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week. Whatever. We're done now. It's fine.
This movie sucked. Skip it. You could
It's
probably just skip to
bad.
the third one and not know anything about this movie, and it'd be fine, right?
Honestly, weirdly enough, you could just not watch any of them.
That's
saying,
true too.
That's a choice that you could make that we can't make now that we've started this, but it's a choice that you still have within your grasp. Don't watch it. They're bad. Thanks for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you also think Michael Bay kind of sucks, like and subscribe on whatever your most favoritist podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's whatpa@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, all one big long word spelled correctly, no spaces. Or you can follow us on whtpah on Blue Sky. And next week, we will be enjoying the third Transformers, which it perhaps will be marginally better than this one. We'll see, I guess.
I mean, a percentage is a margin, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. I've been Off-Brand Rachel.
And I have an Op-Brand Gamage. Thank you. Good night, because it's nighttime when you're listening to this.
And this has been We Have
Sleep
That
tight.
Podcast at Home. Tuck yourself in. Tuck yourself in. I can't be there to do it. Are you doing it?